Good afternoon and happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. Today, guys, we didn't actually end up doing like our daily kind of cleaning thing that we were doing last week, only because one, it is so hot again in the house, and I mean, like, doing anything really outside of like my room, my parents' room, not even really even upstairs too, because it's really hot upstairs, but like even in the kitchen and the living room, it is still pretty hot in here. My room and my parents' room, because they have AC, we have AC in those two rooms, and we have the door closed so that it stays nice and cool in there, is really the only reason like that it's pretty cool in those rooms. But the rest of the house is really warm. Like, it's, I think yesterday was like 90 degrees, and today it was actually supposed to thunderstorm today at like 11 o'clock, and it didn't. I thought it was gonna like cool down a little bit. Didn't, apparently, and it's been just hot and sunny and everything today. So yeah, it was supposed to thunderstorm today and tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to tomorrow, but so we kind of decided we weren't going to do anything. And it's been a little bit weird too, because Matthew has he wasn't at football practice yesterday because he wasn't feeling well. Today he ended up going to football practice, but it's been weird. We have to try and find a time that really works well. He normally gets back at like 11 or so, so we were thinking like 1 o'clock we'll probably do cleaning, but since it's been so hot, there's like almost nothing we can do anywhere where it's cool. So I've been kind of tidying up my room a little bit today, and I also did laundry, which I needed to get taken care of, my laundry, and then I offered to do Matthew and Jack's too, since I was doing it. And I never seem to have enough laundry to just do my stuff. Like, if I put everything in one load, I probably would, but I separate by darks and lights and then reds. I normally don't have enough of my own clothes to do 3 separate loads unless they're like really small, but I feel like it wastes water, so I try and do as much as possible. So I ended up doing their laundry as well. But that's what I've been up to today, guys. Just being in here talking is really hot. But I also do have to take care of the water the front flower beds out in front, and Matthew, I believe, is going to water the vegetable garden on the side of the house. But I'm going to go and get the flowers watered because I'm sure they're thirsty, guys. It's hot. Did you put the blankets up there so it's not as...
What I'm doing right now.
Oh, smart.
Why I need light, because I can't see.
It's about 4 o'clock. I feel like it's a little early to start dinner. I don't know, not really early, but I'm not sure how long this is going to take. It's like, it could take me like 15 minutes, and I started it way too early. But either way, we'll be eating around 5-ish, I think. But this is like a 1-pot dinner. It's like a cheeseburger macaroni kind of thing, kind of like the Hamburger Helper stuff, but instead I'm going to be using some ground turkey. I wanted to use some whole grain pasta, but I didn't have anything that was really like macaroni like, so I'm just using some of this stuff that we got from Caputo's. So this is pretty much everything with the exception of 2 cups of milk, which I still have the milk in the fridge. I'm going to use probably a little bit more than a pound, maybe like 1.5 pounds or so, about there, of the ground turkey. And then I got chicken broth, onion powder, paprika, onion, cornstarch, the pasta, and also the cheese. So I'm going to need all of that along with 2 cups of milk. done, guys. Honestly, it took me maybe a little bit less than an hour. But I was just chopping up the melon, actually. I was probably done. It took me about an hour in total to make everything, but chopping up the melon took me an extra like 10 minutes, and it's about 5:10. So we're eating dinner like right on the button. I actually ended up doubling the recipe because I think I had a pound of pasta and it called for a cup and a half. And I ended up using 3 cups in total of the pasta, which was maybe like a little bit more, but basically I would say if you're using that recipe, most likely about a pound of pasta, you just double whatever else. But I only ended up using about a little bit over a pound probably of the ground turkey. So you could probably honestly do it in just about a pound or so. I mean, unless you like yours with a lot of meat, but I normally kind of skimp out on the meat part of it. So like when I make normal hamburger helper, I normally use 2 boxes, which will feed everybody, and use only 1 pound of the ground beef or ground turkey or whatever I'm using. 2 boxes, whereas it calls for 1 pound per 1 box. I normally only end up using about a half a pound per box. So I mean, mine pretty much ended up turning out the same way I normally make it, but it actually worked perfectly. Like, it thickened up perfectly. I actually honestly, guys, think it worked out a little bit better than the actual stuff, because normally I have some liquid left over sometimes. This like thickened up perfectly, and it wasn't sticky to the bottom, because a lot of times it ends up sticking because I try and get rid of the extra liquid that's in there, and then it ends up sticking to the bottom and the liquid doesn't evaporate. So this was like, honestly guys, the perfect amount. But we've got some melon as well chopped up, and then also a side salad for dinner tonight. I am most likely going to be heading to bed. It is about 10:30 actually. I'm going to real quick take a shower and then head to bed. We were watching the All-Star game, which the National League lost. The team I was rooting for, they lost 2-4, which, guys, Chris Bryant, my Cubbies, represented tonight. We had 5 of them, I believe. I think we were supposed to have 6 or something like that, but I believe we had 5. We had 4 Cubbies starting. It was Russell, Zobrist, Rizzo, and Bryant. And Bryant led the game with a home run. He started out and was first to score solo home run. I kind of checked out though during the rest of the game. I wasn't paying too much attention. And I'm also trying to, what's it called, like squeeze the water out of my tofu. Trying to dry my tofu, guys. So I can make tofu scramble tomorrow for breakfast, which I think it's supposed to sit for about an hour. It's been an hour and a half, or it's been about a half an hour. I'm going to take a shower and then put it in a sandwich bag and then put it in the fridge until tomorrow morning, because it says I think you can leave it, like once it's dried, you can leave it for 2 to 3 days, I think, or something like that, or a day or 2 in the fridge once it's like been dried out. But it gets like, you know, more dry the less time it's in water. Hoping it'll be okay to be able to make the tofu scramble for breakfast tomorrow. But I also got the vlog edited and encoded and saved and everything like that during the All-Star game, and then I'm going to go upload it real quick right now. The Cubs don't play until the 15th, so they've got like, I think, a 3-day break or whatever until then. So I don't know how I'm going to edit the vlogs. I normally end up editing like during a baseball game or some type of sports game or whatever. I don't have any sports games to watch for the next few days, so I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys, seriously. But yes, if you guys did enjoy today's vlog, make sure you guys give it a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I will talk to all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys. Hey guys, Matthew got back from Dick's Sporting Goods with Dad and got his new stuff. He got these new cleats. Kind of nifty. They're heavy though. I expected them to be lighter. Oh well. But yeah, some Nike cleats over here. And Matthew's got his gloves on. No, you know, you have to put your mouthpiece in. And Matthew's mouthpiece. It looks like a binky. But yeah, so I'm actually kind of impressed because Dad said that they got all this stuff for 120 bucks. And the shoes alone, Dad normally spends that much on just shoes, which they were on sale for 80 bucks. So I'm
120.
Yeah, and I said normally 120 is what you spend on shoes anyway. So I thought that was a decent deal. And then they also got the mouthpiece and the gloves too on sale.